Thanksgiving, the holiday to give thanks, see friends, see family. But truly, how does it stack up? What are the things that really makes Thanksgiving great? Why do we celebrate it? And is it really worth it? We're answering all those questions in tier list form. Let's get it started. To go and see your family, you're gonna have to travel, because for 90% of people, you need to go to your grandparents' house. This is the day of the year that everyone has to travel. Travel is going into the F tier. But how great is that family that you're going to see? Are they really that precious? I think not. Most of the time, when I'm in Thanksgiving, it's all of them just yelling at each other, or awkward silence around the dinner table. Is family all that great? No, F for family. Also, it's terrible. And one of the many reasons that family is terrible on Thanksgiving is because for some odd reason, everybody wants to talk politics, and politics sucks. Also F tier. Wow, we're just starting off with a bunch of bangers. Now that we've established that you don't really actually like your family, you have to think of ways to not hang out with them. One of them is football. I think this is a hard C tier. However, another thing that's on the television is the Webster Dog Show. I love dogs. And look at this man. He looks like a mop. And there's always one of these at the dog show. And just for him, absolutely S tier. You also have the Macy's Day Parade. It's kind of boring. I don't really enjoy the Macy's Day Parade, but you know, it's still better than family. D. Continuing through the TV gauntlet, we have the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. Now, when it comes to Charlie Brown shows, this might be one of the worst ones. It's pretty boring. I'm gonna put it right next to football. Continuing with the trend that you're trying to get away from your family, we have your cell phone. Now, this thing is pretty great 100% of the year. And on Thanksgiving, it somehow powers up because this little magic brick that's in your pocket can really distract you for many hours from your family, and I love it. S tier. But if you're a gamer much like myself, handheld consoles are the way to go. The Nintendo Switch is the hottest system on the market for handheld items. I still think I would take my Nintendo DS over my family. S tier. Snapping, a unique solution to stop hanging out with your family. Truly pressing the fast forward button through Thanksgiving. Very smart. However, something still might happen that you want to be conscious for. And just for that slight chance something might happen, not S, but it's an A tier. Now, is Mariah Carey really supposed to be in Thanksgiving? No. And for some odd reason, people feel the urge to play Christmas music at Thanksgiving when that holiday is literally happening. F tier. It's not even the correct holiday. Come on. It's not even that great during Christmas. Breaking the Wishbone. A Thanksgiving tradition. I've never done it once. I don't know. D tier? Supposed to give you good luck. If you don't get the big one, do you get bad luck? Is it like a 50-50 draw between getting good luck and bad luck? We have made it to the food section of Thanksgiving. And naturally, starting with the classic, the turkey. Incredibly mid. Super okay. If it was all that great, you would have it more than once a year. I believe turkey is a B tier. Green bean casserole, however, it's kind of the only thing that makes green beans good. I go back for seconds for these. However, I still think it's A tier, not S tier. Lasagna. I respect lasagna a lot. Absolutely S tier on Thanksgiving because you didn't confine to the social norms of Thanksgiving and forced your family to have a turkey that's probably going to come out dry. You decided, hey, let's switch it up. And I respect that. S tier. Yams. I don't know. They're like sweet. They have a weird texture. I mean, sweet potatoes as well. Might be worse than the turkey. Probably like C. Maybe D. I'm gonna put it C tier though. Coleslaw, also known as like mayonnaise with like stuff in it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of coleslaw. It's kind of gross. I don't really like moist, crunchy stuff. So, like D tier. Now gravy is a top tier. You can put it on anything at Thanksgiving and it should save it unless the gravy is bad that year, which was last year for me. However, for most years, gravy can save the entire meal. For me, I'm putting it in S. Cranberry sauce. Does anyone actually eat this stuff besides my mother? It's tastes like cranberries. D tier. Something is great about bread, and the rolls on Thanksgiving are no exception to that. Absolutely S tier. I won't accept anything else for rolls. Fried chicken. I put this on the list for one reason and one reason only. For my entire life, basically since I was like 5, I've been asking for fried chicken at Thanksgiving every single time. And I have yet to get it. It would be fantastic because fried chicken is quite literally the best meal ever. Okay, that's an over-exaggeration, but it's at least like top 10. S tier. One of these times. Mashed potatoes, probably top 5 in potato forms, being beat by like fries, tater tots. That might be number 3. I think mashed potatoes, it's a hard mid, much like turkey. It's a staple of the meal. B tier. Carrots. Carrots are like a little whack. C tier. Stuffing. Another staple of the Thanksgiving meal. I do not like stuffing. But you know what? For the culture, you basically can't have Thanksgiving unless stuffing is on the table. I'm thinking it's a hard B, even though I don't like it. Once again, if stuffing was all that great, you would probably have it more often. This is the one and only time that I see stuffing on the table. Truly humanity at its best. I love myself some mac and cheese. S tier. No one at the table skips up on the mac and cheese. Unless they're part of my family. But they're all psychopaths. Corn. I don't know. C. It's corn. What can you really say about corn? Corn is just corn. I mean, corn. Pumpkin pie. Now, I'm not a big sweets person. I'm also not that big of a pie person. A lot of people very much love, but don't have it year round. It's so strange. I think it's an A tier. Apple pie, I actually do think apple pie just straight up beats pumpkin pie. Because one, you can have apple pie like year round. It doesn't really seem like a seasonal thing. I think it's the same. A tier for apple, I guess. Now, after you're done eating all that food, you're hit with this. The itis, also known as a food coma. A great way to avoid the family, actually. But you don't feel all that great from the itis. But you know what? It is still better than hanging out with your family. So I think I'm gonna rank it D tier. So Thanksgiving's over, but it's the day after. And you wanna shop. Black Friday made it so even traveling on the day after Thanksgiving, it is even worse. But that Xbox, we'll give you $20 off of it. You know what? Saving money is great. Black Friday, A tier. So what about the break in general, huh? You get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday off, supposedly. The break in general, though, superb. I believe you should get a week off basically every month. No work would get done. Imagine how happy all your workers would be. A tier. I mean, depending on where you live, you can't be like outside the entire time. But then again, could you imagine if you just went to Cancun for no reason? I bet you Cancun during Thanksgiving break is amazing. But what about Thanksgiving? The day. The whole thing. Whole kit and caboodle. Your family. Your naps. Your video games. Where does it stack up? In my head, comparing it to the rest of the holidays that exist. You got Crema. Hollow. Independent Day, New Year. Where does Thanksgiving really stack up in those? And in my humble opinion, it might be the worst one. I think Thanksgiving is a bottom tier holiday. So this is the final tier list. Tell me how it stacks up. Do you agree with anything? Disagree? Say you bake 2 lasagnas and you stack them on top of each other. How many lasagnas do you have? Leave a comment below. And while you're also considering doing that, maybe subscribe. Because, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool.